This video might just change your life. Yes, I know that sounds like a big promise, but bear with me for a moment. What if I told you that there's a simple tool that can help you achieve your wildest dreams? A tool that has been used by some of the most successful people in the world, from athletes to business leaders to artists. And what if I told you that this tool is something that you already possess, something that you can use anytime, anywhere, without spending a dime? Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, it's not. The tool I'm talking about is called visualization, and in this video, we're going to explore its power and show you how you can use it to achieve your goals, overcome obstacles, and unlock your full potential. So if you're curious about how visualization can change your life, if you're ready to feel inspired and motivated, then keep watching. You won't regret it. But before we dive into the power of visualization, let me ask you a question. Have you ever had a dream or a goal that seemed so out of reach, so impossible to achieve, that you didn't even try to pursue it? Maybe you wanted to start your own business, write a book, or run a marathon. But you told yourself that you didn't have the skills, the resources, or the time to make it happen. Or maybe you started working towards that goal, but soon lost motivation or got discouraged by challenges. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. We all have dreams and goals that we're passionate about, but it's the limiting beliefs we have that hold us back. So, how can visualization help you break free from those limiting beliefs and unlock your full potential? The answer lies in a feedback loop known as BPAR. This stands for belief, potential, action, and results. This loop is responsible for all successes and failures, and understanding each stage is essential. So, let's take a closer look at each stage of the loop. First, belief. In order to tap into your full potential, you must first believe you are capable. But how do you build the belief you can do something if you've never done it before? Visualization. When you visualize yourself achieving your goal, you create a mental image of success that inspires you and builds your belief and confidence. You start to believe that you are capable, and you begin to tap into your full potential. You discover that you have the skills, resources, and determination you need to make progress, and you start to see yourself as capable and competent. As you take action, you start to see results, and with each small success, your belief in yourself grows stronger. This positive feedback loop reinforces your belief, allowing you to tap into more of your potential, take even more action, and achieve greater results. By practicing visualization and embracing the belief, potential, action, results loop, you can break free from your limiting beliefs and tap into your full potential. You can achieve your dreams and live the life you've always wanted. So, are you ready to unlock your full potential? Are you ready to start visualizing your dreams and take action towards your goals? Let's dive into the power of visualization and begin transforming your life today. Visualization is a simple but powerful technique that involves creating vivid mental images of our desired outcomes. It can help us overcome obstacles and stay focused on our goals, even in the face of setbacks or challenges. But how does visualization actually work? First, let's talk about the science behind visualization. Our brains are wired to respond to mental images as if they were real experiences. When we visualize ourselves performing an action, our brains activate the same neural pathways as when we actually perform that action. This phenomenon is known as mental rehearsal or mental practice, and it has been studied extensively in fields such as sports psychology, neuroscience, and cognitive behavioral therapy. Research has shown that visualization can have a number of benefits, including improving performance, reducing anxiety and stress, and enhancing self-confidence. For example, studies have found that athletes who use visualization techniques can improve their physical skills and enhance their overall performance. Similarly, business leaders who visualize themselves achieving their goals are more likely to take action towards them and to persist in the face of challenges. But visualization is not just about imagining a positive outcome and hoping for the best. It's about creating a clear and detailed mental picture of what we want to achieve, and then that out. In this video, we'll show you practical techniques that you can use to visualize your goals and to turn your mental images into tangible results. So, are you ready to learn how to harness the power of visualization and take control of your life? The first step to effective visualization is to define your goal in as much detail as possible. The more specific and concrete your goal, the easier it will be to create a vivid mental image of it. So ask yourself, what exactly do you want to achieve? What will it look, sound, and feel like when you've achieved it? What are the specific actions you need to take to get there? Once you have a clear idea of your goal, it's time to create your mental image. Find a quiet and comfortable place where you won't be interrupted, and close your eyes. Imagine yourself in a specific situation, performing the actions that will lead to your desired outcome. Visualize yourself succeeding, feeling confident, and enjoying the process. Make the mental image as vivid and detailed as possible, using all of your senses. As you create your mental image, pay attention to your emotions and your inner dialogue. Are you feeling confident and motivated, or are you experiencing doubt and self-criticism? If negative thoughts or emotions arise, acknowledge them, but don't dwell on them. Instead, reframe your mental image in a positive and empowering way. For example, if you're visualizing yourself giving a presentation and feeling nervous, imagine yourself taking a deep breath, feeling calm and in control, and delivering a powerful and engaging speech. In the next part of this video, we'll show you some practical tips and techniques to enhance your visualization practice and to integrate it into your daily routine. But for now, take a few minutes to create your own mental image of success. Let your imagination run wild and experience the power of visualization. Now that you've created your mental image, it's time to integrate visualization into your daily routine. The more you practice visualization, the more effective it will be in creating the belief and potential you need to achieve your goals. Here are some tips to help you get started. Schedule regular visualization sessions. Just like any other skill, visualization requires practice and consistency. Set aside some time each day to practice visualization, ideally at the same time and in the same place. Use affirmations and positive self-talk. When you visualize your success, make sure to use positive affirmations and self-talk. For example, instead of saying, "I hope I can achieve this goal," say, "I will achieve this goal." The more you repeat positive affirmations, the more they will become ingrained in your subconscious mind. Engage all of your senses. To make your mental images more vivid, engage all of your senses. Imagine the sights, sounds, smells, tastes, and textures associated with your desired outcome. The more sensory detail you include in your mental images, the more real and compelling they will feel. Use visualization as a tool for problem solving. Visualization can also be a powerful tool for overcoming obstacles and challenges. When faced with a difficult situation, take a few moments to visualize yourself finding a solution and overcoming the challenge. By integrating visualization into your daily routine, you can create the belief and potential you need to achieve your goals. Visualization has been used by many successful people throughout history to achieve their goals and transform their lives. In sports, for example, many athletes use visualization to enhance their performance and overcome mental barriers. Michael Phelps, the most decorated Olympian of all time, has credited visualization as a key part of his success. Phelps would visualize himself winning races in great detail, including the sounds, smells, and feelings associated with victory. This mental preparation helped him stay focused and confident in high-pressure situations. Similarly, artists and musicians use visualization to enhance their creativity and develop their skills. Jim Carrey, for example, famously wrote himself a $10 million check for acting. He kept the check in his wallet and visualized that. Within a few years, Carrey had become one of the high-paid actors in Hollywood. Entrepreneurs and business leaders also use visualization to achieve their goals and grow their businesses. Oprah Winfrey, for example, has spoken about how she used visualization to transform her career and become one of the most successful media moguls in the world. Oprah would visualize herself on the cover of magazines, hosting her own talk show, and building a media empire. Through consistent visualization and hard work, Oprah's vision became a reality. So whether you're an athlete, artist, entrepreneur, or anyone looking to achieve their goals, visualization can be a powerful tool to help you create the belief and potential you need to succeed. By visualizing your goals, you will build the confidence and motivation needed to take action towards your dreams, tap into your full potential, and achieve the success you desire. What are your experiences with visualization? Have you ever used it to achieve your goals? Let us know in the comments below. Make visualization a part of your daily practice and watch your wildest dreams become a reality.
Hello, good evening. If you can hear me, please type it on the comment section that you can hear me. I think we have a network challenge with my colleague who was online. So if you can hear me, just put it that you can hear me. So we're going live now. We're starting. This is going to be a very wonderful section. And I just want to be sure that you're hearing me. Okay, because the no sound I'm hearing, I believe that was his section. If you can hear me now, please just put you can hear me. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you for coming live. Thank you for being here. This is Swiss Conference 2.0. Sorry, this is Start Strong 2.0. Our last conference was Swiss Conference, so I'm still basking in the euphoria. So this is Start Strong 2.0. Is one of those programs we do. Is a free program that we do, trying to carry everyone in our community along to be able to achieve the desired results for the year. So you are welcome. You are welcome. So before we kick off, I would just play one or two testimonials from our last meeting, which was January last year. And then from there, we will take off immediately. Please just spare 5 minutes to listen so that it can prepare your heart to understand you are not here to waste time, but rather invest time. Time is meant to be invested, not just to be wasted. So please take 5 minutes to listen to our participants from last year while we kick off immediately. This is going to be a 1 hour well spent, and I'm sure there's something that you will learn today that will make a difference in your year. And before we even go, I want to say something. One of the reasons why I'm doing this conference this year is that we are at that Kairos moment where the economy is choking And the last conference we did, we were talking about how you can be borderless and be able to earn outside the shores of Nigeria, because the economy is choking. But the scarcity that we are feeling is not is man-made, and the scarcity is not general. It's not every country that is feeling this crunch. So when we have programs like this, there are universal principles we can plug in to be able to function better and be in be in a sane space, sane mentally, because as you are in your mind, so you will be in your outward expression. And one of the things we do at Mentorship HubNet, which is our mother company that is hosting this program, is that we try to work on demand, because with who you are, you will become. So we really don't talk much about things, because knowing that if the man if the human capital is developed, everything around you will take a 360 turn for good. So please listen to our participant from last year, and it will open up your mind to know what to expect. Thank you, please.
Hello everyone, I'm Sylvia Ophia, one of the participants of the Start Strong Workshop 2023. So yes, I learned a whole lot from that workshop, and trust me, it was mind-blowing because I implemented them, and yes, I saw positive results in my life. So one of the things I learned from the workshop last year was creating your vision board. And trust me, we were given so many cards to create our vision board, which jokingly I took. And I could tell you for a fact that everything I picked, 70% of them manifested in my life last year. I will share a few of them for you. Now, I picked having an office space. I got promoted, and yes, I got an office space of my own. Next, I was very intentional about eating healthy last year, which translated to me having food health. Like, I was very healthy last year. Now, getting the promotion led to more money in our account, yes. And the next was this. Happy last year, yes. Like, last year was 1 year that, man, it was mind-blowing. I made sure that I was intentional about my happiness. And this, I kept running away from it, but trust me, everybody kept dropping it on my desk during the workshop. And did it manifest? Of course it did. Just few weeks after the Start Strong workshop, I got pregnant. And after that, I gave birth. And yes, I am enjoying this stage. So I enjoyed everything from the work and from the Start Strong workshop after creating my vision board. Then one striking thing I learned from the workshop was, don't fall asleep. Rather, go to bed.
Okay, my name is Alapasinora Jasmine. I am the CEO of Jazz Paper World, a full digital printing company here in Abuja. I want to talk to you about starting strong. I was opportune to attend the previous one, and before I went in there, I didn't know what I was going to expect, in as much as I thought it was going to be all about business, setting up goals. But believe me, it was way beyond that. I was overwhelmed at what I heard that day, how to balance life, the principles of businesses, and all of that. But one of the things that struck me was, and I don't think I will ever forget it in life, was the wheel of life. I have never come across such in my entire time in business. I have never come across such. Neither have I heard anything about that before. So, when we're given the slip, the paper to balance the wheel, anyway, it touched every aspect of human existence. Your social life, your political life, your family life, your business life, financial life, goals, and all of that. It touched everything, and we were asked to place a number side by side, and then I did, as well as others. And my paper was collected to cite an example for everyone, and I discovered that my wheel didn't balance. It didn't balance. And then Don Eugene gave an illustration like, how can you drive a car without one tire? That car won't go well. And I learned a whole lot, and I really want to thank Don Eugene, because this brought new knowledge to me. It's like an awareness, an eye-opener, that if I am to balance my business, I have to balance my life. I also have to balance my social life. My total existence has to be balanced. And again, he also taught us how to set goals. I've heard when you want to set goals, you set a SMART goal, be precise, relevant goals and all of that. But he taught us exactly what we need to know on how to set goals. It is way beyond you writing your goals and you have written everything down, and then at the end of the day, you even open that book. But he taught us how to set realistic goals. And that has helped me. And again, one of the most important thing was how to keep records. How to keep records. If you are very consistent in keeping records, you will really sail in business. You will. Aside putting all the discipline thing together, if you're able to put your records straight, you will always be grateful. So much to say, so much, but I have just limited time. Thank you so much, Don Eugene. I'm so grateful for this opportunity, and I look forward to the next Starting Strong. I cannot wait. My books are ready. Everything is ready because I know 2024 is for me. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome back. Yes, if you can feel the energy from our last year participant, just type in energy in the comment section. I am so happy that after 12 months, some of them can still remember specifically the things that I said. And I think that will be my starting point today. It's not so much about what I say today, it's what you can take away from it. The truth is, you are the professional of your problem. You are the master of your problem. You've lived long along with your problem and you know it better than anyone else. So what I'm here to do today is to highlight the solutions that you know, but you are not applying. The truth is, there are no new informations I'm going to share today that even if you don't know it in full, you might have the smallest idea about them. But because of the challenges of life and the pressure, oftentimes we don't apply the right knowledge in the right areas. So when we have a program like this, where we are able to bring like minds together and be able to say, okay, people who want to, the truth is, in every society, there's just about 5% who are controlling the resource, 90% of the resources. And it's left for you to decide, do I want to be among that 5% that is controlling 90% of the resources, or I want to be among the 95% that is wallowing in abject poverty? And it's possible. We've heard a lot of success story of people who started from grass and they are now at the grace, what they call grass to grace. We have people who started from nothing. So that tells you desire is not nothing. So the desire for you to want to do better, the desire for you to want to see a change in your personal finance, in your pet life, any area of your life, that desire is the first seed you need to have. And being here today shows that willingness, that desire. And remaining on this stream for the next 40 minutes, we'll try to round up by past 9. But remaining here in the next 40, 50 minutes shows that you are serious and interested. It's not about the messenger. You might like what I say, you might not like, but just take about the relevant information at the relevant area of your life. So we'll just quickly go through what we'll be talking about today. I like to carry everyone along so we know. We're not going to spend so much time on goal setting. You could hear that from my last year participant. I believe we've done that last year, and you've done that so many years. It started from New Year resolution. Now you moved it to goal setting. What we're really going to talk about, so I'm not going to come and tell you smart goals and everything. No, what we'll be talking about is strategy for you to achieve all your goals. For you to even be here today means that you already have a certain level of goals. There are certain things you want to achieve in your life. So we'll be talking about strategy for you to achieve those goals, which basically is what we will deal on. And then we'll talk about visualization, which is a very key tool in achieving any goal that you have set. And then the good thing about goal setting, because I was talking to myself a few days ago, every year we talk about this goal setting. When are we going to get tired? And the spirit told me, like, Every day we set goals. When you wake up in the morning, you say, I'm going to work. Because we need to redefine this concept of goal setting. When you do your to-do list, when you do your day planning, it's goals you're setting. When you wake up and say, I'm going to work, and you take your bath, that was a goal that you set when you woke up, or even before you went to bed, and you decide to achieve that goal. So when you come back in the evening and you are feeling unfulfilled, remember that you have achieved a goal. Going out and coming back was a goal. So we cannot live without setting goals. You cannot live without setting goals. The only people who are not even setting daily goals are people in the prison, because they are physically restricted. But the truth is, they still have goals. If I live here, what I'm going to do with my life, either how they are going to punish the people that labeled them wrongly, or they are going to change their life. So everyone set goals. So don't get tired with the concept of goal setting. Say, this goal setting every day, goal setting, goal setting. What's it all about? You set goals every day. We live by the goals. The day you stop saying, this is what I want to do, that means you start existing, because you are just functioning and things are happening to you. You are not happening to things. So from goal setting, we talked about visualization. Then one of the things that we noticed from behavioral studies, we discovered that procrastination is the biggest theft of time. And time is the only resources you have to achieve everything you have on earth. So we're going to deal on the science of dealing with procrastination. And there's something we call success blockers. Everyone desires to be successful, but not everyone is going to be successful. Sorry, I'm saying it. Everyone desires to be successful, but not everyone is going to be successful. The truth is, even with the desire, not everyone will be successful, because some people it's like they are trying to drive and they are putting blockers on their way. So either consciously and unconsciously, sometimes if you don't even know these success blockers, you won't even know you are the reason why you are where you are in life. Are you with me? Then the next thing we'll be talking about after that is the money mindset. There is nobody that hates money. Yes, sometimes we try to be modest about money. 3 years ago, I was with one of my coach friends, and she was telling me, Don Eugene, what do you want? I want to make impact. I want to do this. I want to do that. He said, what do you want? I was beating around the bush and everything. He said, say it. If it's money you want, say money. And I said, money. He said, what kind of money? I said, big money. For the first time in my life, I was really comfortable saying I want money, because everything that I was saying before then, I want to put Africa on the world map. I want to make sure I touch life. Everybody that crosses my path, it has what's it called? There's a legacy that they will live with. How am I going to do all of this? I'm streaming here, having devices and everything. It takes money for me to do that. It takes money for me to be coming to you. So when we talk about money mindset, it's because we recognize the role of money in our day-to-day life. Are you together? So that's our area of focus today. So quickly, we'll just run through the goal setting, but I told you we are not going to deal on specific, what is it called? For the people who, maybe this is the first time you're hearing about goal setting, I'll spend 30 seconds to tell you it has to be specific. Specific to what? Specific to the particular thing. You can't say, I want a car. I want to travel abroad. Be specific about it. The universe works in specificity. Then secondly, it has to be measurable. So say SMART goals. So M stands for measurable. That means you can't have a goal that is just that has no boundary. So it has to be measurable. That's how you are able to tell if you have achieved it. Then it has to be attainable. Some people say goals that in their widest dream, they cannot even achieve it. And that is what brings disappointment. Because when you set a goal that is not attainable or that is not realistic, you've already setting up yourself for disappointment, which will further stop you from setting new goals. Then it has to be relevant. I use this, I say relevant to your purpose in life, because I've seen billionaires commit suicide. I have seen bankers commit suicide. That means it wasn't about money. It was about they got money, but they were not fulfilled. So your goals have to be relevant to your God-given purpose or what your general life is all about. If you're a pastor, your goals cannot be hard to open a nightclub. It is not aligned. Are you with me? Then it has to be time bound. In engineering, which is my discipline, we say a project has a starting time and an ending time. That's what makes it a project. And goals has to be time bound. When do you want to achieve it? And that time has to be realistic also. You that made 1,000,000 naira last year. You can't tell me your goals this year. It's possible. We believe in the infinite power of God, but it has to, you can't tell me within the next 12 months you want to make $10 billion. They have to be time bound. Between what time and what time do you want to achieve this? And what the time does for you, it puts you on a tight schedule to do what you have to do every other day. So that's generally that's our general overview of what we'll be dealing with today. So quickly, we'll dive into the first part when we talked about, okay, let me minimize so that you can see my slides, please. 1 second, please. Oh. Okay, I think it's better like this. Okay, if you don't have a destination in mind, you just be wandering through life. You understand? So that's the first thing I think we want to do. So the reason we talk about these goals and everything is, first of all, like this picture you can see, the image on the screen, you are at a crossroad. You don't really know what to do. And I tell people, so some people are living other people's dream. I was talking to a friend that was planning to travel out of the country, and I asked him a question. Are you traveling because of money alone? You have other areas of your life. Is it only money that is making you travel? You are traveling because other people are traveling. So you must have a destination where you are going. Imagine you get to a motor park and you say, I want to travel. And the drivers ask you, where are you going to? You said, anywhere. Where are they going to get you to? No driver in the first place will even carry you, because you must have a destination, and that's how life should be. How do you just wake up and then you are living 2024 without saying, this is where I want to get to by the end of the year? So you will get just anywhere. So now let's get back to, why do we even need to set these goals? Since I've told you that goal setting is essentially part of your daily living, you need to start saying it. Being on this call was a goal that you set to say, I will be there. Then remaining on this call is a goal that you're actually working on and you will achieve. So everything about us, your dinner is a goal that you said, I'm not going to eat swallow this evening, I will eat fruits. That's a goal. Everything is about goal. Okay, so why do we say goal? First of all, it gives you focus. Imagine I just use the food example and you say, I don't want to eat carbohydrates, I want to eat something else. So you keep focus. So anything you see, you become blind to it. I usually use a word that focus creates blindness. So imagine you have a plan to pay your rent at the end of January, and then you see, for the ladies here, you see a beautiful human hair that you would have loved to buy, but you'll be blind to it because you have a goal, and that focus that the goal is keeping you will create blindness to every distraction. Then the second thing, it goes allows you to measure progress. The truth is, some of us are not doing as bad as we think we are doing. I wish I can actually go through the wheel of life to look at your 2023. I have a manual I actually use. When we did our last year program, it was a physical program. You see that you are not doing as badly as you're doing. You are only comparing your results with other people and you are feeling discouraged. If you look at it, you've paid your rent in the last 5 years, you paid school fees for children, you've done everything you need to do. Yes, you might not be in the millions, but if you do your account summary for the year 2023, you discover the amount that passed through your account. You are not doing badly as you think you are doing. I know there's room to do more, but if you had goals, it allows you to measure progress. You could say, wow, in the last 24 months, I have moved from here to here. But if you don't have goals, you just be discouraged. Once you see somebody who iPhone 15, you say, now me don't suffer pass. And it's not like that. You're doing well, but you can do better. Goals keeps you locked in and undistracted. Similar to the focus, goal keeps you locked in and then nothing else can distract you. I've seen people who seemingly were not even financially buoyant, but immediately they made up their mind, I'm leaving this country. In 6 months, they put in everything and they say, I'm traveling. I was like, guy, so you ranked up 15 million. How? You that was begging for urgent 2K just last year here. That's what goes. It makes the universe respond to your call, undistracted. Then goals help you overcome procrastination. I've told you procrastination is the biggest thing. When we did a survey of this program for the people that registered, when they were registering, procrastination had over 55% of what people are dealing with. We just have, what have you been dealing with in the first few days of this year? We have over 50-something% procrastination. Some were talking about indiscipline. That's the next thing. And what leads to procrastination is indiscipline. So you find out both of them is measuring up to 90%. And this is why we have this kind of program. So we'll be able to highlight the little forces that are spoiling the vine. And lastly, why we set goals and why it is important. The goal gives you motivation to keep going. So sometimes we always say, motivational speaker. But I do say motivation is like taking your bath every day. You don't say because you took your bath yesterday, you're not going to take your bath today. So that's every day you actually need a dose of motivation. So imagine you have a goal that pulls you. Every day you look at it, you say, yeah, I'm going to make it. I'm not going to give up. So you understand? So that is what goals keep you. It keeps you motivated. It gives you that motivation to keep going irrespective of the challenges or the things that you see along the way. So quickly, I will deal on this wheel of life that we talked about. I wish it was a physical class. I would like you to draw it out. It's like a eight spoke wheel. Let me see if I can just draw it out for you to see, please. Okay, so just watch. You draw a big circle. It's as simple as that. I don't know if you could see it. So let me show you. This is the wheel of life. So you draw a big circle, you cross it into half, and then you cross it twice again. It gives you about 8 different areas of your life. And those 8 areas we share your life into. And the reason is this. Now I'm going to strategy because I believe you set goals. But for those of you that have not set goals, or if your goals are not balanced, because this is what leads to discouragement, where you are achieving in one area and you are totally performing woefully on the other area. For example, you are a successful banker. Sorry, bankers in the house, I'm using you as an example because your job is hectic. You are a successful banker, but your family life is totally in shambles. Or your spiritual life is in shambles because you don't even have time for the things you love. And you really were burning for Christ when you're on campus. And we even thought you were going to be a pastor. So what is happening is because your goals are not balanced. You have prioritized your economic life, your career over every other thing. But you can actually balance them out if only you know. You see, knowledge is power. You understand? The relevant knowledge is king. So first thing, the 8 areas that you must make sure your goals align with to have a balanced goal is family. 1, I will run through it very quickly. Secondly is spirituality. 3rd is finance. 4th is career. Then 5th is health. 7th, relationship. 6, relationship. 7, social life. And 8, personal growth. Now, this is what you do when you're setting goals, or those of you that have set your goals already, go and look at it. All your goals cannot be money. What if I bust your bubble that you are really not looking for money? You think, oh, no, it's money. Don't even come there. But the truth is, money is not what you are looking for. Because if I can give you everything you need and tell you you will not touch money physically in the next 1 year, but everything you need, you will get it. You will not ask for money. Let me say, for example, you want to travel to Dubai, and I tell you, okay, private jet is waiting for you tomorrow morning on the airport. You say, okay, I want a new car. You say, okay, go to any car stand and pick it. Oh, I want to buy something, and I say, okay, go to any supermarket and pick it. So what exactly are you looking for money for? So money is not really what you're looking for. It's what money can buy. It's what money can bring. It's the comfort money can bring, so that you can live a life of means, where you want to live, how you want to live. That is what you are looking for money for. So you cannot look for money at the expense of the things that you want to use money to accomplish. Is somebody getting it? You are looking for money for a child's school fees. Now, are you going to now kill the child because of the money? Okay, when you get the money for which child will you now pay the school fees with? For? Are you getting me? Who will you pay the school fees for? So you're looking for money to live a healthy life. Then if you destroy your life, what will you now use the money for? So that's why we're talking about balanced goal. Every area that I've mentioned, the 8 area, make sure you have a goal touching them. What do you want to achieve spiritually? What do you want to get in finance? So all your goals cannot be, I want to buy a car, I want to do this, I want to get $1 million. No, that cannot be all your goals, because the money is about coming together. I know when you get the money, most of these things will all align, but you cannot totally ignore them, because some of these things you can actually achieve them without even money. That is the truth. So quickly, I will run along. So I'm done with the wheel of life. So I'm just trying to use that. I'm not even using it today like I would do. I'm just trying to use that to explain to you that you must set balanced goal every area of your life. Then the next very important thing is that is the strategies for you to achieve your goals. You don't rise to the levels of your goals. You fall to the level of your strategy. I don't know. Maybe I should explain that a little. Your goals are up here. Just because you wrote them on paper, I want to do this. Let's assume you wanted to travel and go and do masters abroad. There have to be a strategy. Okay, how do I raise the money? Okay, I don't have the money. Okay, there's an option of seeking for scholarship. Oh, there's an option of, okay, borrowing the money and paying for commission, paying for percentage to borrow the money. What strategy are you going to apply to achieve that going abroad for masters? So that is what we mean. That is what we determine whether you will achieve your goal. But where 70% of the people leave it is after setting the goals, they leave it to the universe. They leave it to the forces of nature and say, okay, what will be would be. Eh, Sarah, Sarah. No, my sister, my brother, what will be will not be. You have to make it happen. God has given you that power. We are in the image and likeness of God. So we are creators. So God will make it happen. So I said you rise to the level of you fall to the level of your strategy. I'm going to say something. The essence of strategy is choosing what to do and how to do it. I was speaking last weekend in a program and I told them, if you want to pick out one animal that you love in the jungle, which animal will you pick? Most of them said lion. Is fearless, is strong. I said, but do you know that lion live for between 11 to 21 years maximum? And then why? Because what kills most lion is starvation. Why? Because of the strategy of the lion. The lion feeds on other animals, and the strategy is hunting. So the lion goes after the animals. Woo! But when the lion becomes aged, when it's growing older, the speed reduces. So it gets to a point that the lion cannot run as far as the antelope. Then the lion dies of starvation. Do you still want to be the king of the jungle? But let me tell you about another animal that has a better strategy, which is what we are talking about this year. That is the crocodile. The crocodile lives for over 100 years. How is that possible? First of all, the crocodile have what I call conservation of energy. The crocodile doesn't run around. It conserves its energy. And that is what I want us to do this year. This year, I want you to say so many no's and only a few years. No to the night art, no to the unnecessary expenditure, no to the running around, no to the watching unnecessary movie. A lot of no's, because all the things you've done in the last few years have brought you here. And if you continue in the same way, it will not take you to where you want to go. So if you can say a lot of no and only say very few years, there are some weddings you will say no to. There are some weddings, because these are energy leaks. These are things that we all exert our energy. The people you've done all of this unnecessary exposure of yourself and stress for in the last few years, where are they in your life right now? So you have to be careful where you are investing your energy. So let me talk about the crocodile. The crocodile conserves his energy. You hardly see crocodile moving around in the bush or anywhere. Then how do the crocodile feed? It is the strategy of positioning. The crocodile stays by the water because the crocs know that the animals will come in the morning to drink water from the stream. So it positions itself and wait for the prey. Once they come, and the crocodile have a good catch, and that serves him from another couple of weeks or months to survive on. So the crocs position itself for greatness while the lion pursues. So we often say, don't pursue money, attract money, and that is where that strategy comes out from. So the crocodile lives times 5 of what the lion will live just because of strategy. Is anybody, if you're following me, just type in energy on the cloud. I just want to see that I'm having people following me. If you can feel what I'm saying, type in energy. I want to see something, please. So let's have an interaction on the chat, please. I've seen a lot of people on YouTube, then Facebook. We are live on Facebook. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thanks for coming in. So now quickly, we'll talk about strategies to achieve your goals. Strategies to achieve your goals. Very important. Now, first, you have to write this down. Please take a paper and a biro. This is a class. It is not a seminar. It's a workshop, because this is your life we are designing for 2024. This is your life we are designing. In 5 years' time, you will arrive. You will either arrive at a well-designed destination or you will arrive at an undesigned destination. 5 years ago, it was the future to you. You are here now. In 5 years' time, which is year 2029, you will arrive at somewhere, but it's either a well-designed destination or an undesigned destination. You wouldn't want to be in an undesigned destination where you wear what you don't want to wear, you eat what you don't want to eat, you work on a job you don't want to work. So this is the opportunity for you to design your life. So get a biro, get a paper, write something. So first strategy for you to achieve your goals in 2024 is create a plan. A man with a plan, no matter how bad, we outperform a man without a plan. I remember when we were growing up, where some people wake up in the morning, they don't even have a plan. A friend just come in and say, I dey go Market Square, if you follow me, they follow. Oh, from there, we they go somewhere. So they just will, even this thing, I never seem to understand how friends will visit friends and just pass the night. I don't even know how to sleep in someone's house. But I used to see guys do that. They just play game till 10 p.m. and they just sleep. They wake up the next morning, they don't even have a toothbrush. And the very weird ones can use their friend's toothbrush. Sorry, I don't know how that happens. So that is to tell you an undesigned, a life without a plan. So the first thing you have, you create a plan. The second thing, you establish priorities. The truth is there is a lot of things that come at us every day. You are just one man against the whole world, against all the array of things looking for your attention, seeking for your attention. So you cannot overstretch yourself. You can only do what you can do part time. That quickly takes me to something. That's when people are talking about time management. There is really nothing like time management. There is life management, because time in itself is fixed. You can't manage it. You can only manage your life. And when people are saying multitasking, sorry, I always demystify certain things. Just because a truth or a lie has been an office for a long time does not make it a true. So when I say some things, your very same mind might find it difficult, but what I'm telling you is the new 2024 model information. So forget what you believed last year, but I'm bringing superior information to you. So there is nothing like, multitask. You can't really do two things at the same time. You actually hop from one to the other. So you were using your phone and you quickly left it and you are now cooking. From there, you are checking the water. So you are doing, but if you focus on one and finish it and do the next and finish it and do the next and finish it, you will be better at your result than hopping from one to the other, and at the end you won't have excellence. So all of those things that we are saying, multitasking, time management, they are good English, but practically they are not serving your best interest. So you must establish priorities. What is more important to you? There is a task you will do, one or two tasks that will give you a satisfaction or the result that will be more than 10 other useless or less satisfying tasks. There are things you will do a day. Brent Tracy in the book Eat That Frog was talking about 20% of the effort you put in will give you 80% of the result. So that means there's another 80% work you do that is not giving you a reasonable result. It's just giving you 20% of the result. So you will want to focus on that 20% that will give you the desired result. So the next thing is cultivate discipline. I can tell you this is no-brainer. Discipline is everything. Whether you're a spiritual person, discipline to pray, discipline to eat what you need to eat, discipline to stand up and do what you have to do. A lot of people in the next 10 years are going to find themselves in a destination that they didn't even imagine because of social media. If you look at your screen time, I checked my screen time last year. I discovered I spent close to 4 hours on Instagram one of the days, and I told myself no. And I began to set timer. When it gets to 1 hour, it locks me off. And even that time I spent on Instagram, most of the time I'm listening to coaches and other people, but I just felt it was too much investment. So I created a plan this year to say, when I go on social media, I will produce more than I consume. For those of you that are on social media, you are spending 70% of your time consuming other people's content. When are people going to consume your content? It's either you've been sold to or you are buying. So you are always buying from people. When are people going to buy from you? So anyway, we're talking about discipline. Third thing is you cultivate discipline. Discipline is everything. If you end up at the end of your life and you discover that you are having a health challenge and it was due to your indiscipline that caused it, how will you feel? Indiscipline in the kind of sodas that you take. By that I mean what we call mineral. Indiscipline in the food you eat. Indiscipline in your health journey. Say, I not kill somebody, you not fat, I fat. How will you feel in 20 years from now? You are battling with a terminal sickness that you could have corrected 20 years ago with just discipline, with just drinking water, with just living healthy. So what we are dealing with today is not money. We are dealing with your life holistically in 2024. Then the next thing is you maintain a consistent effort. Persistency will get you started, but consistency will keep you there. And there is nothing that happens on one off. It is consistent growth. So when you maintain that consistent effort, how do you even make $1 million? You don't need to do one job sometimes to make $1 million. You can do 10 jobs of 100,000. That's consistency. Rather, you can also do 100 jobs of 10,000, 100 services. So of 10,000, you made $1 million. So all you need is just consistency and quick frequency. If it happens soon and faster and you are consistent about it, you get to where you are going to. So you have to maintain consistent effort. After this meeting now, some people will start. Maybe we talk about affirmation, we talk about visualization. You do it first, second day, and that is why you are where you are. Go and check all the athletes in the world. Day in, day out, they train twice a day. In the morning, they hit the gym, they are training. In the evening, they come out to train. Footballers that you insult every day or you admire, this is their life. Discipline to remain consistent, then regularly evaluate yourself and adjust. I can't say this enough. Let me tell you what this means. People stay in jobs or stay in tasks that are not serving their best interest. You don't have a second life. If you find out you are doing something and the results are not good over a period of time, evaluate and adjust. You must not stay there. You are not a tree. You can move. It's only a tree that doesn't have a choice. It stays where it's planted. You can move. Then lastly, give punishment and reward. Punishment and reward is there is nobody coming to save you. You are going to be the one to save yourself. So first of all, when you get something right, put a reward in front of you. Oh, if I'm able to do this by Friday, I will just take myself out and go and eat that lovely shawarma. That is a reward system. I will buy her. If I'm able to land that job, I will buy myself a new phone. That's a reward. So that means you are already. Then you also tell yourself, if I don't achieve this task, I'm going to starve myself of this data or this particular thing, that thing that you used to enjoy. So when you can set a punishment and reward for yourself, you don't need an accountability partner to do this, because last then, now only you get this your life. So if you succeed, it's good for you. If you don't, it's also your own cup of coffee. Are we together? So that is that on strategy. So this is 4 things that I think ultimately would get you started and revolutionize your year. I call them the 4 ultimate questions that will help you achieve remarkable success this year. I'm rounding up on the goal setting and strategy session. So I've told you the strategies you can apply. I've told you those things that you do. Those are the strategies that will help you achieve the goals you've set. So I'm not going to go into what are your goals. Let's set goals. I've taught you to make sure your goals touches on every area, the 8 areas of your life. So, but this is where it is. In 2023 and the years past, there are certain things you've done that have worked. In my book I wrote, Dykes, I'll advise you to get a copy. I said, I told you earlier that there are some lies that have been in the office for a long time does not make them true. We always hear work on your weakness, work on your weakness. In my book, and I said, do not work on your weakness, improve on your strength. Why am I saying that? No matter how much you work on your weakness, what you are not good at, you will not be the best at it. You might just be better, but you're not going to be the best. And that's not going to make you the top 1%. For you to be an expert and the top 1%, you have to work on the things that are already working for you that you know you are good at. Not for you to sit down and something that you know. For example, you are not a good broadcaster. You don't even know how to use teleprompter. You're not going to start working and killing yourself over that. Except if the knowledge is very important to your area of investment or competence. So what are the things that have worked for you over the years? Now, the first thing is you are going to do more of those things. So what are you going to do more of? Anything that improves you. So but anytime I see this, my friend, I come out with inspiration. See the person more. Anytime I read, anytime I pray at night, I wake up in the morning feeling energized. Pray more. What are those things? Write them, at least 4. What are the things you will do more of? Then what are the things you will do less of? These are things that are not necessarily bad, but they are energy leak. They just take so much of your time. Maybe is talking too much on phone. It could even be with your mother. There are some people that stay on the phone with their parents for at least an hour or 2. You are wasting scarce resources. Time is not something that you waste, because it's the only thing that you have that is limited. You can't have more of the time. So you're going to look at those things that you need to cut down on. Maybe eating late. Oh, you need to do that. Sometimes you don't have the choice. You came in late, but you should reduce it. So you do these things less. Then this one, the third one, is no brainer. There are some things you utterly need to stop. I usually use a word that the mindset that brought you to where you are might not be able to take you to where you want to go to. So there are some things you will actively need to stop and just say, oh, this thing, it can be a habit. I don't want to go into some deep things. It could just be a dirty habit. It could be watching porn. It could be something. It could be in bets in Nigeria. Anything that you know is not serving your best interest at all, you totally stop. And the truth is, for you to have new results, there are some things you will need to start. Maybe picking up courses, maybe going online, maybe so like you are in this class today, there are some things you will need to start. Are we together? So what are these 4 ultimate things in your life? Write at least 4 of them now or before the end or by the end of this class. 4 things, what you will do more of, what you will do less of, what you will stop totally. It could be how you talk. It could be your negative self-talk. It could be how you insult, because what you project comes back to you. It could be physical or it could be mental. Are you with me? So it's not just about activities. It could also be based on your mindset and what you do. So then that brings us to the part of visualization. This is our second module. Imagination is the most powerful force the world has ever seen. Do you understand? So what do you see in your mind? Because most times we're talking about this hustle. The people that are achieving more than you are necessarily not doing far better than you. They are not putting more hours. They have the same 24 hours. But I'm telling you, there was a time my first book was supposed to be 10 habits of 10 of the world's most successful people. When I was doing research on that book, I discovered that almost all of them have about 7 habits all aligning together. Because of their industry, some of them might have a few that are different. One of them was almost, go and check it on YouTube, whether the actors, whether the sport people, Kobe Bryant and all of them, they talked about the power of visioning, what they saw. And this all took root from the Bible. It is not voodoo, it's nothing. What they saw. And then you are here, you can't even see beyond your nose, and you're expecting to achieve remarkable results. So that power of imagination, that power of being able to see, imagination is the preview of life's coming attraction. You know, science says see and believe. Faith says believe and see. Can you see how it is? Science wants evidence, but faith says that thing that you see in your mind will become. But there's something, and this you can research online. When you visualize, the part of your brain that store memories of the things you've experienced is where your visualization also store. So that means your brain cannot tell between memories that are real. For example, you witnessed somebody maybe had an accident, so that is in your memory. Then in the same vein, when you imagine yourself in Dubai and you are smiling and you are there for 30 minutes, close your eyes, and you are looking at yourself in the shopping mall, in the beach, the deserts of Dubai, it will go to the same part of your brain. And I'm telling you, the funny thing about it will start releasing certain hormones. So your mind sees it like what has happened before. So you are creating memories for yourself just by visualization. Everything you see today was once an imagination. The phone you are holding was somebody's imagination saying, what if I have a device I can use to call somebody who is not with me instead of writing a letter so that we can talk real time? Everything you see today was once an imagination. Anything you can think at all. For you to see it means that somebody imagined it. Does the farmer go to farm and plant without imagining the harvest? So you might ask, is it possible for you to see things that don't exist? Yes, it's possible. The farmer sees his harvest before he plants. I'm an engineer. I'll use an example. You cannot build a house that you have not seen. For you to build a house, an architect has to sit down, imagine the house, 7-story building. This is how it's going to be. This is how the staircase will be. And then he will start penciling it down. After that, we'll visualize, this is how it's going to be. That's why you see some people build and there is no staircase, because they did not visualize the whole building, that you're going to move from ground floor to up floor. There have to be something that will take you up. So everything you see is the imagination of someone who visualized it before they created it. So what are you visualizing? Van Gogh, one of the most popular painters of all time, said something. He said, I dream my painting and then I paint my dreams. So that means, first of all, he seals the paint in his mind, then before he takes his brush to paint. So the truth is, everybody actually uses imagination, but most people use their imagination restrictively because they imagine what they don't want. And this is the painful thing about it. Whatever you focus on, you will attract. So when you keep saying, hey, God, I don't want to raise a bad child, I don't want to have this, you're going to have a bad child, because the energy around you is about a bad child. You discover anytime you keep talking about you're afraid of armed robbers, because Abuja has been a little bit hot in the last few weeks, and now you're afraid of one chance and everything. You are attracting those things to you. So why don't you just say, the universe is my safe place? As I go out in safety, I come back in safety. And all you imagine is how you go back, and you even got a free ride, and then you come back. See, that is how you should live your life. You create what you want to see before you go. The extent of your vision is the boundary of your achievement. How far you see is how far you achieve. You can never achieve what you have not seen. See, the truth is, there is no amount of money you will hold if you have not seen it in your mind. You can't even, if you can't conceive a building, a car, if you can't conceive a Rolls Royce in your mind and you think it's vanity, you can't achieve it. So it's time for us. Dreams are free. Imagination is free. It's time for us to raise our level of imagination. Are we together? So quickly, we're done with that mode 2. We'll quickly go to procrastination. And then, because this is one of the things that will derail a lot of people, saying, I will do it tomorrow. One of the reasons procrastination persists in our lives is because we affirm and enable it by our words. And I have seen this happen a lot. I'm not good with this. I'm not a good writer. I'm not good with time. As long as you keep saying it, you will become it. As long as you keep saying it, you will become it. And one of the ways to kill procrastination is you tell yourself now. You use the word now. You use the word now. So let's pick it up from where I stopped. Once you keep affirming it to yourself, I'm not good at this thing. I will do this later. You keep, the habit, the character will persist in your life. So how to stop procrastination, and this is scientifically proven. How to stop procrastination, first, is change your thinking and acknowledge what makes you procrastinate. Sometimes is the fear of let's say the workload, the effort you're going to put into it, the stress you're going to put. So you first of all have to change that your thinking. If you enjoy what you're going to do, if you visualize it enjoyably, you'll be drawn to doing it. Secondly, you take immediate action. Then start saying, do it now. There's something Brent Tracy will say. He said immediately something comes to his mind, he wants to procrastinate. He starts saying to himself, do it now, do it now, do it now, do it now, until he stands up from where he is. So let's say, for example, a very quick one. You are sitting down now, your mind is telling you, maybe my door is not locked, I need to lock my door. And then another mind is saying, I will lock it later. There is no guarantee that you will remember to lock that door. Another mind is saying, call your boss that you will be stopping over somewhere before you come to work. Say, I will do it later. No, just tell yourself, do it now, do it now, do it now. Until that do it now that you are saying inside your mind is louder than whatever you want to do, you stand up and go and do it. And sometimes we've slept without locking our front door because we thought it was locked, or we told ourselves we would stand up and lock it. Later we slept off. I remember last year participant said something. I said, he said, do not fall asleep, sleep off. Is intentionality. Let me just talk about it. What I meant by that is too many people, by statistics, most of the things I tell you is research. By statistics, too many people fall asleep, and it's a very wrong way for you to live your life. That you come back and you're sitting on your couch or you are lying on the bed using your phone and you stop. Is lack of intentionality. Go to bed when you need to go to bed and tell your body. Do you know you can tell your body when to wake up? You wake up before the alarm you set on your phone. Your body listens to you. Have you not seen sometimes you needed to travel, you could not really sleep? You wake up every 5 minutes, you'll be waking up. After a time, you just get angry by 4 o'clock and say, I will not sleep again. Why? Because your mind is constantly working. You have a body and alarm system in your body. Anyway, so that's that. Quickly, back to procrastination. Number 3 is do the difficult tasks first. You are likely to procrastinate on the task that you perceive to be more difficult. And the best way for you to deal with it is to do that difficult one, because most times you keep pushing that difficult one till the last day, or the next day, until the last day before it almost gets spoiled. Are you with me? So you do the difficult one. Then number 4, remove all distraction. I learned something from my elder brother in his office where he works. The day he has a lot of tasks, he will pick his phone. He will go and drop it on a very far desk that he will need to walk at least 10 seconds to. He said once any of those notifications that usually makes you go to your phone, and then just for you to check the notification, you spend 30 minutes scrolling through what is not missing. I usually use a word jokingly that if you are looking for the bottom of explore page on Instagram, you will never find it. So you keep refreshing, you will keep seeing. So what he does, he pushes the phone far away. So the only thing that makes him stand up to pick the phone is if it's ringing. That means it's important enough because it's a call. If not, that 2 hours or 3 hours that he has a schedule for work, he will do the work. Then the 5th one is plan each day. I cannot overemphasize this. Many of us really live our life and our day without plan, and you keep procrastinating because you had 5 things to do. You get to the middle of your day, you can't even remember 3 out of it. So it will move to the next day because you didn't plan it. You should plan it with time when you will do it, and do the difficult one when you have the most energy. That's another thing that you need to study. A lot of people don't know their peak moment. When is your peak moment? Do a research about yourself. When are you at your utmost capacity? When are you functioning? Is it night time? Is it early morning? I've noticed something in the afternoon. Sometimes I become disoriented. So I don't do any academic work in the afternoon. I just get to my office and sit down and playing with my phone, or I'm even napping. Why? Because anything I don't do when it gets to that afternoon, sometimes I'm not really very coherent. I've studied myself to that point. So if I have meetings in my office, I like to have it around 10, 11, because once it's 2, 3 p.m., I'm not really in my best self. So do you study yourself to know yourself? So then establish your why. See, if your why is strong enough, you will do it. The truth is that if the why is strong enough, tell yourself why you need to do this. If you can establish the why and it's strong enough, you will do the task. Then the last one, break it into portion. Some other time, the reason why we procrastinate is because the whole bulk of work is too much. But if you can break it into phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, you might be wondering, what is phase 1, phase 2? Even washing your clothes, you can break into portion. Imagine to wash clothes, you'll be procrastinating. You soak clothes for 3 days. Sorry, people in the house that do that, it's time to stop. What do? Just say, okay, these clothes, I'm going to wash only my shirt today. Tomorrow I will wash my undies. Or weekend I wash my jean. If you break it into portion, I'm telling you, in 10 minutes you have washed only the shirts, and then you have done something, and you will be happy. And funny thing about dealing with procrastination is once you are able to beat it, you get fulfillment, and it spurs you up to do the next task. So you break your work into portions, smaller portions, then you can do it 3 times a day. Are you with me? Then there's something we call success blockers, and these are the things that constantly keep us in shackles. Are you with me? It stops us from achieving the success we are supposed to have. Success blockers are obstacles or barriers that impede an individual's progress towards achieving their goals and realizing their full potential. Some of these things are in your subconscious, some of them are conscious. So examples of success blockers, I will run through it very fast because it's a long list of 14. One is procrastination, which we just talked about. Can you imagine is number one here? Is one of the success blocker. Do you know sometimes the spirit will tell you, call someone. And if you call the person, you say, I was just thinking about you. Can you come by my office tomorrow? But if you don't make that call and you call by the next day, it will just be greeting. You have missed the opportunity that God has planned for you. When your spirit was saying, call. How many of you have called someone, the person, I was just thinking about you? What you are looking for is looking for you. That is the principle surrounding that. Is energy. Is energy. So sometimes when you release that energy, it resonates in the other side. Are you with me? Especially somebody that you are mentally connected to. Are you with me? So that's that. Then secondly, self-doubt. Number one is procrastination. The second one is self-doubt. Self-doubt, negative self-doubt, and then lack of confidence. Are you with me? Negative self-doubt and lack of confidence. Number three is fear of failure. This I heard about 5 deadly fear one time. Fear of not good enough and everything, but fear of failure is one of the things that have kept us. And I don't blame us. It's our school system, the way they grade us, the way we all grew up. We treated failure as an alien. Meanwhile, failure is part of successful process. The truth is, there is no one existing today that has not failed at something. Let me just quickly bust your bubble. Every child that is walking today has failed 100 times in trying to walk. They fail 1,000 times in trying to crawl. But why would you let your child stop and say, you can't walk? You're trying to walk, you fall. Don't walk again. Why won't you do that? But we do that when it comes to business. You that started business last year, it didn't work. So this year you want to start again. But when the child wanted to walk and they fell, next time you carry them and put your hand on the table and they were walking around the table, those are baby steps. Before you know, that child is running. And that is how we should treat failure. Failure is part of the success process. So the fear of failure is a major success blocker. So we've so been demonized. Our parents dealt with us when we were young because of this failure, because of what's it called? Failure. So with that, we have seen failure as a taboo. No, it is not. It's part of the success blockers. Then quickly, what's called perfectionism. This one is something that a lot of people, I actually had a problem with that. There's certain way I like my things to be done. So we want to start, like I for the last 2-3 years, I've been trying to set up a podcast, but I want to do it at a certain level and a certain level standard because of I like things at a certain. So sometimes the boy or the girl that is not even as good as you is speeding off and they are starting and they get better on the way. So you don't have to be perfect, but you can work towards perfection after you started. So that's another big success blocker. Overthinking, we call it in coaching analysis paralysis. You will analyze, you will think it. What if does not, what if, what is your problem? Just do your part and let God do his part. The universe is saying yes to anybody that is willing. Then lack of accountability. This one is another brother to indiscipline. You are not accountable to anybody. You are not accountable to yourself. So you are just there. It's a success blocker. How can you not be accountable? You receive money and then immediately the money is off that day. You are not accountable to anything. Then distraction. I talked about it, so I won't spend time on it. Social media is one of the biggest distraction of our time. Friends are distraction. There are friends that are distraction. There are other things that are distraction. Some people sleep is that distraction. You cannot sleep all through your life, because if you sleep, let's say 8 hours or 10 hours every day, at the end of your life, when you are 75, you are slept with over 25 to 30 years of your life. That is 1/3 of your life. Brother and sister, it is well with you. Yeah. So the next one is negative environment. I cannot overemphasize this. Environment you stay will make or mar you. There are some places you cannot think beyond the ceiling of that environment. So negative environments, just like we are in Nigeria, a lot of things we are doing here in Nigeria, if you are doing it in other countries, you will live far better and earn far better. So that negative environment, from the external environment and your internal environment, even the people you're staying with and all of them, is a success blocker. So sometimes you have to pull yourself out of the environment. If you cannot even pull yourself physically, pull yourself mentally. Mentally detach from negative environment. If you cannot physically detach just yet. Resistance to change. Some people are on this call now saying, I beg, forget all these things. That is resistance to change. You just somehow have a way of watering down every new information you get, every opportunity that comes. You don't want to change. You want to do things in 2024 the way it was done in the year 2004. The things that we are working then are not going to work right now. I always say if the change happening outside is faster than the change inside you, you become obsolete. Then the next one is setting unrealistic goal. I spoke about that in goal setting. You can see it's part of your success blocker. How can you go set something that you can achieve? So once you try achieving it, the next thing, it just discourages you because there is no straight line between you and the goal we are talking about. Then we have what we call lack of clear goals. That's why your goals must be clear. What and when do you want to achieve it? One of the success blocker is when you really is not clear. You shall want to do something and you cannot explain it. There's something we say in coaching. Can you explain it to a 5-year-old and they will understand? If a 5-year-old cannot understand you, that means it is not clear enough. That business is not clear enough. Lack of perseverance. You must have some spine. I'm telling you, there's a word we used to say in Edo State: he who lives and fights away. I think Osaimori used it in a song, lives to fight another day. But I remix the word and say, he who lives and fight, he who fights and run away every time the fight is hot, we never win a fight, because the fight gets tough before you win. So you can't always run away every time the fight is hot. So perseverance. That new business you are running to, somebody has been there for 10 years. You can't dislodge them. So this one you are doing, this is my philosophy of life. If somebody is doing well in that business and there is room, then you can do well in it. If someone is doing well in that business, so you don't need to run away and go to fashion, and run away and go to makeup, and run away and go to IT. Stay and persevere. You are actually even better than where you started, and you are getting closer to where you are going to. And the last one of the success blocker is unhealthy comparison. Remember, everything I'm saying is all connected, because life is connected. Remember, I said something, you are not doing so badly, but sometimes we compare ourselves with other people and we now think that we are doing very poorly. So that brings us to money mindset. Our time is fast spent, so I'll run through this in 15 minutes, which will round up by 9:30 maximum. So now first is the money mindset. Money mindset refers to an individual's belief, attitude, and thought about money and wealth. So how we think about money is more important about the money. So we're almost at the end of our program. So we're talking about, because all of these goals and everything, all of these strategy we're talking about, everything is all about coming to how to build a mindset, a wealthy mindset. Because if you are in your head, you will become physically. Are you with me? So steps to help you develop a healthy money mindset. First is identify and challenge limiting belief. I just listed 14 limiting belief. Identify your own. Just go on Google and write limiting belief. You will see many of them. Pick out the ones that are your own and start striking it. So that means this is one of the limiting beliefs I have in my life. You didn't even know it was a limiting belief, saying that who dash monkey banana. There's something John Obidi will always say, that there is a school of the poor, there's a school of the rich. Some of the things your parents were telling you were limiting belief. Who dash monkey banana? Money does not grow on tree. Money grows on tree. What do you think apples are? Is it for free? It grows on tree. But it's just our family, we are not meant. Some of us are not meant to be like that. And you know, some of us are very humble. Some of us are meant to stay at the back. Some of us are known for, we are just supporting. No, you are born a leader. You are meant to be at the front. The universe is so big that everyone can achieve great results. Are you with me? The Bible says the poor you will always have with you, but you must not choose to be that poor. Are we together? So identify and challenge this limiting belief. If there is not something you must do, I'll give you a task to do, but identify your own peculiar limiting belief. Then secondly, educate yourself. What you don't know will kill you. Are you with me? What you don't know will kill. So any area of your life where you lack information and relevant knowledge, you will struggle. If you are struggling with finance, it's because you are not very educated in that area. If you're struggling with health, it's because you lack some knowledge there. So every area you don't know enough information, you will struggle. You don't struggle to open your key door. I might come to the front of your door and I will struggle because in the bunch of key, I will look for which of the key will open the door because I don't know. But if you come there, immediately you pick out one key and you open 1 second. Why? Because of knowledge. Are we together? So type out something on the comment section, please. Just put on some fire emoji if you are feeling me. So practice gratitude. Practice gratitude. There's something we call gratitude journal. See, it's no brainer. Just learn to be grateful. is one of the money mindset. Money goes to people that are grateful. Father, I thank you for this 1,000. And you don't complain. See, when you keep complaining, money will run away from you. I'm talking about the mindset, because it's not like money has not come around your environment, but because you don't have the healthy environment for you to accommodate it. So you practice gratitude. Be grateful for everything. This thing, I'm telling you, true life story. I'm not like one of those teachers that always tell you they've never failed. A few years ago, I had a lot of debts I was dealing with, and this thing happened to me. Every time I get a job, I'm already looking at it. How much will come out of this job? 500,000. It cannot even solve one of the problems that are around me. So because of that, I saw myself in this spiral hole of ungratefulness. God is giving me a job, but I'm already looking at it that it's not even enough to solve my problem. Talk less of the next one. So because of that, so after a while, I had, God, please forgive me. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. My other sister taught me something many years ago. I will complain about I don't have I just spent oh, do you know I just came out today, I spent 100,000. She will tell me, be grateful that you have to spend. What of people that have those needs and they don't have to spend? Can you see the mindset? It's just a change of mindset. And this is why some people are living better than others. That gratitude, I've given you two examples that I have personally learned from. Just be grateful that you even have to spend. Some people have those same problem you have. You are complaining, I just went to supermarket, 50,000 naira, one small paper bag. Be grateful. Some people don't have. I was talking with my wife earlier today, and I said, do you know, in our life, we've never had a day, even when I was single till I'm married for over 10 years, we've never had a day we didn't have food in the house. We never. I just thought of it. I say, how do people live to the point they say they just carry 200 to go and buy garri and eat because there was no food? We've never had a day. When we say there is no food, then that is somebody has stopped their house. It's just a mentality. I learned it from my sister. The house is always full. When I'm saying there's no food, there must be something. Either yam, garri, right? So it's always there. So for me to get to that point and not be ungrateful because I'm not able to buy the latest Lexus, then I'm stopping the possibility of more money coming my way. Then the next thing is set clear financial goals. The money mindset. Some people are so shy of money. Remember when I said that coach was telling me, what do you want? What do you really want? Set clear financial goals. Tell yourself, I want ₦1 million by this time. I want this. See, be bold about it. Be audacious. Steve Jobs said the people that changed the world were the ones that were crazy enough to believe they could. If you're not even bold enough to say I want 10 million naira, let me not use a foul language, how do you want to even get it? Are you with me? So budget and track your finance. I was teaching my staff some time ago. I said the discipline of keeping money is more important than the discipline of making money. No matter how your tank is full, if there's a leakage, it will always run dry. So no matter how, if you don't plan your finance, if you don't track, that tracking your finance means know where your money is going to. Sometimes it's going into rubbish. It's going into shawarma. I saw something. I will post it. I will write something about it. I checked MTN today because I was trying to get data for this meeting. And I checked. I saw that I have used 356,000 naira on airtime on my MTN line alone in 2023. They gave me a summary. They say I'm a gold member. I think after gold was platinum. So that's it. So I'm on the second to the last letter. I say, oh boy. That means I spent close to $500,000 on only MTN. That's not Spectranet, my Wi-Fi network, and some other net lines or so. But that's just on one line, MTN alone. So I am able to track that. So I'm telling it's for me to tell myself, was it for a good cause? Should I cut down on that expenditure? So you must track it. First of all, budget it. Don't just spend. Don't just spend, budget it. Secondly, then track it. There was something I was teaching last week where I said some people, their pay day, their salary day is actually like transfer day. Let me explain that. This will help you. Some of you are not earning money. You are just earning money to transfer. The day they pay you salary, you transfer to landlord, you transfer to Iyabasi that you have collected things on credit, you transfer to the driver that takes you to work, you transfer for your tailor. And at the end of the month, you don't have anything you are keeping. You are not saving. Though I've been teaching lately that don't save as an investment, save for investment. There's so much knowledge I'm unpacking because the time is short. Don't save as an investment, save for investment. Saving itself is not an investment because no matter how you are saving in the best economy, your money will still lose 2% of its value. But when you invest the money, you have at least a chance of having at least 6% value per annum, no matter the poor investment. Are you with me? So that's that. So quickly coming to, so you have to budget your money. Then after you budget it, then track it to be sure that if it is going according to plan. Next one, avoid comparison. This has come up a number of times. Avoid comparison is a very poor money mindset. Money does not like people that this other person. No, stay on track. Stay on track. Then embrace abundance. I am big on this. I can teach 2 hours on abundance. I always say something that the universe is full of abundance. Everything God created is in abundance. So are you going to believe in World Economic Forum that is telling you there is full scarcity in the year 2025? They are creating the artificial scarcity. I follow a lot of very independent news. I can tell you, they are buying up farmlands in the United States, stopping people from farming to create artificial scarcity. But everything God has created is in abundance. Take the air we breathe. We can never run out of air. We cannot run out of water. Those are God's creation. We can't run out of trees. They've been cutting trees before we were born, and we still have enough trees in the forest. That is abundance. Then if God has given you this infinite abundance, we've been building homes and we can't run out of sand. That is everything. And these are the resources that you convert to money. So forget about the world system saying there is no money or there's no money on ground. There is money. So you have to embrace in your head and say there's abundance. The abundance of the universe flows to me willingly. I plug into the abundance of the universe because God has created everything in abundance. Do you know there are more birds in the sky than human beings? There are more fishes in the ocean than human beings. That is abundance of meat. Any day, anytime. Are you with me? So God has created. So anything you are seeing in short supply, you know that man has interfered with the plan of God. So you have to go beyond that man and operate from the kingdom perspective. You know, we can't talk without talking about the kingdom. We are from a kingdom. That kingdom supersedes the earth that where we are living. So quickly, practice mindful spending. That means you cannot spend on impulse. You can't just go to a shopping mall and see something and buy. No, it is a very, very poor mindset. So we are talking about steps to help you develop good money, healthy money mindset. Mindful spending. That means you budget before you spend. Anything that you did not budget, don't spend. It can wait. I'm telling you, everything can wait. People in the prison, are things not waiting? Things are waiting. People who are sick on the sick bed, are they still buying makeup? It can wait. My makeup is finished. I must buy it now. Oh, I just saw this one. Some people have shoes that they have bought because they just saw it online and they've not used it for months. It can wait. Mindful spending is a poor money mindset. Then seek support. Surround yourself with positive influence. See, there's something about energy. Have you gone to a place and the place was depressing? You so suddenly were feeling sad. At the time in one of my offices then, I had a staff that brings a kind of negative energy. Anytime that staff is there, and everybody just seems to be on that mood because of the energy that the person brings and everything. At the time, I was talking to one of my member and what they call management team. Like, I don't like the energy this person brings. Then there are some other places you just walk up to, and immediately you go into the place, you feel elated, even if you were already sad. Why? Because of the energy of the place. So if you want to succeed, one of the good things, seek support, surround yourself with people that have that positive energy, people that believe in abundance. There are some people, they are big talkers. Forget we will make this money. I have one big brother like that, my friend, my sister's husband, Aye. And we spend 5 minutes together. We talk big things. It might seem like he's not really there, but we talk big things. And I'm telling you, it's going to be that way. So it's something. Then lastly, celebrate progress. There is nothing good that comes from being ungrateful. Any little progress you make, celebrate it as though it's a very big win. It's a very big win. I wish I could take questions. So that's that. So I'll just do with my last slide here, and then if I could just see 1 or 2 questions, maybe I'll take that. Then we'll round up. I don't want to go beyond 9:30. It's 3 minutes to 9:30. So that's that. So these are the tasks that I said I'm going to give to you, and this is where we are ending for tonight's section. Every month we actually have these training sections the last weekend of every month. So you plan to be part of it, it will really blow you. I'm really asked to give enough to my word this year, and you are part of my word. Thank you for logging in, everyone that's been online, spending your data. I believe you've learned something, but these are the things you must do. It's not what you learned that will work for you, it's what you act on, what you implement. First thing, write a letter in past tense to yourself in 2024. A friend of mine, Izu, said something. I've not been there. He said if you go to Glow back home head office on the 5th floor, on the last floor, what I said 35th floor, I can't even remember. He said there's on the 7th floor in Glow back home or head office in Lagos. He said there's a letter to his staff in the year 2050. He said, we just became the biggest company in Africa last year. We were able to do XYZ. That is, I'm telling you, principles of success are the same everywhere. Imagine someone who is not a Christ Embassy member, who is not a tongue-talking Christian, and he's writing, we became the biggest company. He's projecting 30 years ahead, because when he was telling us that it was before 2020, he said we became the biggest company in Africa last year. If that company becomes the biggest by the year 2050 or 2035? I think about 2035 years. If it becomes the biggest company in Africa in 2035, you think it's just fluke. Oh, government gave them consensus. No, they spoke it into existence. So I've done it. I've written a letter to myself. I wish I could read my diary to you. I say, oh, 2024 was the best year yet. Yes, you were able to travel the world and live the life the way you wanted to live. Your business was able to do $1 million turnover. You write in past. So when you read it, because we live life from you can see your future and start. God sees the end and start you at the beginning. And that's how we are supposed to function like God. Can you see the end of 2024? It's like giving a script. After you read the script, then you come back and start acting from the first scene. So you don't get surprised anything that happened by the way, because you know how this script will end. You know how this movie will end. So write a letter for yourself and say 2024 was this. Everything that is in your goal that you have planned to achieve in this year, write them as in past tense. So you wrote on your goal, I bought a car, you write it there, and I bought what's it called, Mercedes-Benz GL 350, white color, and it was everything lovely. And then I got married and I had my twin. Just write them in past and have that letter. Once in a while, you read it to yourself. Then secondly, create a vision board. There is something about pictures. Sometimes we see in pictures. As I'm talking to you, anything you do it in pictures. If you are going to the office, you already have seen the picture of the office where you are going to. And then when you think about me, as I'm talking to you now, for those of you that have met me physically, you are remembering me in the last color shirt I wore or in the picture of me that you have. We all see in pictures. Imagine that you have pictures of everything that you want and is in a conspicuous place in your house or in your room. So, for example, you've written your goals in the 8 areas of your life and then you placed it there. That house, you are seeing it. The Christians in the Bible say, as we look into the mirror, we are changed. You become what you see. Is a principle. Moses, see, everything you see in Harvard Review, they took it from the Bible. When Moses took the ships to the water, he painted the stick and they became what they saw. They had to defy nature to become what they saw. So you create that. Then the last thing is this. These are the principles of say. After writing this thing, after writing your goal, creating pictures of it. You can cut from magazine. You can cut, if you have a printer in your office, you can just put pictures together, print, paste them somewhere. It's private. If other people see, they might not even understand. They say, hey, this car when you put for here. The vision is for an appointed time. It might tarry, but it will come to pass. Where you are today, did you even think you would be here 10 years ago? So is either you are where you designed 10 years ago, or you are just where you undesigned 10 years ago. So quickly, last thing is affirmation. How we speak matter. We are creators. Every day when we talk, we are creating. We are creating. So you write affirmation. I have a book, 200 business affirmation. We could teach you how to write your affirmation. But for easy start, for starters, write affirmation in the line of your goal. So that when you see it, when you talk it, when you visualize it, then you become it. So write your affirmation. So you could write an affirmation. Oh, I have the best children. You're writing it. Oh, my children are intelligent. Instead of complaining, these children will not kill me. My children are intelligent. Instead of writing, I have a sand car. I have everything you want to see. There's something we call I am affirmation. Become it. Say, I am healthy. I am this. I am a billionaire. I am a millionaire in dollars. Everything you write it, and then you keep telling yourself this every other day. It could be the last thing you do before you go to bed, or the first thing when you wake up. Your body will become it. You will transform. Are you together? Hope you had a great time. This is 9:32, 2 minutes beyond my time. I'm visionary about time this year, so we'd love to dish out more. Well, thank you all for everyone that has been here. Please, I will want you. These videos will be saved on Facebook and on what's it called, on YouTube. Copy the link and send to someone. This will be a blessing to someone. And drop a review, please. The cards now will disappear, but when I say it, make sure you come back to write a comment of what you learned, because there's something about writing. And is write down. When you are writing the creation process, remember when Jesus wanted to heal, he wrote on the ground. There's something about writing. When you are writing, your brain is thinking. As you are thinking, then you are creating. So write down what you want to see. Don't keep it in your head. There's something called mental goals. Is just wish. It's difficult for it to come to pass. It's likely to come to pass if you write them down. Thank you all. Thank you for everyone that have been here. So we're going offline now. But I think I'll just play a video, the same video we played earlier while we go. So for those that will still be here, okay, I'll play a different video for those that will still get to be part of it. And that's that. So thank you all for everyone that was here today, and hope to see you in February when we have our program. God bless you. Thank you all.
Why would the farmer put the plow in the ground in the spring if he couldn't see the vision of the harvest when the summer is finished? Is it possible to see the finished harvest? And the answer is yes. We do that simply by faith. Key phrase: faith is the ability to see things that don't yet exist. And that's how things exist. How did this hotel get while the property was... You say, well, is it possible to see this hotel when it isn't here? And the answer is yes, of course. If somebody cannot see it when it is not here, then it will never be here. So it's possible to see things that don't yet exist. Interesting. When should you start building this hotel? This is a good question for your philosophical musings. When should we start building the house? When should we start? And here's the answer: as soon as it's finished. You wouldn't start building the house until you had it finished. If you just started laying bricks and somebody came around and said, "What are you doing?" Said, "I'm just laying bricks." And said, "What are you building?" And you said, "I have no idea." See, they'll take you away to a safe place. So have you got that now? It's possible to finish something before you start. In fact, it would be a bit foolish to start until you had it finished. So human beings have this remarkable ability to finish something and then start it. We've heard the old expression, don't count your chickens until they're hatched. Say, no, we have the ability to count our chickens long before they're hatched. Because we know, we have faith, we believe. We use the law of averages. There's bound to be at least so many. Out of every dozen, out of every 100, out of every 50. So it's possible to see the end and then begin. Start looking into the future of what you would like to accomplish, where you would like to go, the person you would like to be, and see if you can't get a better picture of the finished objective. See yourself there, see yourself in possession of. I was in business with Bob Cummings, the old movie star, for a while. He said, decide what you want and then act as if you already had it. And being an actor, he could give us a few tips on acting. Decide what you want and act as if already yours. Now, the reason we can act thinking that it's already ours is because not only can we vision the end results, we can also vision the beginning of making it real. So we don't start till it's finished, but it is possible for human beings to finish something before they start. Human beings are the only life on Earth that has this incredible capacity to change the course of your life. No other life form can do that. Every other life form except humans seems to operate simply by instinct and the genetic code. In the winter, the goose flies south. How often? Answer, every winter. If you said to the goose, hey, it'd be better this year to go west, he ignores that advice. And the reason is because he cannot make choices and listen to advice of something that might be better. He has to obey instinct and the genetic code. But now jot this down, not human beings. Human beings can alter the course of their life. Human beings can live one way for 5 years, tear up that script, live a totally different way the next 5 years. The first 6 years of my economic life, I wound up broke. Second 6 years, I wound up rich. Someone says, how did you do that? Here's number one, I discovered I was not a goose. Someone says, don't you have to do the second 6 years like you did the first 6 years? And jot this down. No, you don't have to live the second 6 years like the first 6. You can use all the information and all the advice and repairing all of your mistakes and adopting a new and refined philosophy so that the next 6 years can be totally different than the last 6. No other life form can do this. See, if you were a tree, you'd be stuck. As a tree, if you used up all the nourishment that was around you and you couldn't change location, see, you would die. But that's not true. Human beings can change location, go north, south, east, west, live here for a while, live somewhere else for a while. So that's a note to make. You can greatly alter the course of your life. Now here's the next note to make. 5 years from now, you will arrive. The question is where? This is for mature people now. If the pace that you're on, where will you be in 5 years? Boy, it's easy to say, hey, I haven't really thought about that. So now make this, in 5 years, here's the probability. You will either arrive at a well-designed destination or an undesigned destination. Well-designed or undesigned. And I promise you, 5 years from now, you really don't want to arrive at an undesigned destination. Because you may very well wind up wearing what you don't want to wear, driving what you don't want to drive, living where you don't want to live, maybe doing what you don't want to do. Simply because you didn't design a better destination. Key phrase, we go the direction we face. We go the direction we face. If you start designing something at the end of this direction, sure enough, you will start going the direction you face. And we face the direction we design. So, 5 years from now, I wish for you to arrive at a well-designed place. A place of productivity, a place that'll make you feel good about yourself, a place that'll give you honor and respect, a place that'll give you influence to touch other people 5 years from now that you couldn't do today. Where will you be in 5 years?
Okay, thank you. We've come to the end of our transmission. But before we go, I'll show you this book. If you want to be an entrepreneur, learn how to play to win as an entrepreneur. Dykes, life is a game. It's like a game. So entrepreneurship is like a game. You either win or you lose. This is a copy. If you're interested, send a DM to me. And then please, for everyone that is on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. Make sure you click the subscribe button before you leave YouTube. Thank you all for staying tuned. I hope you've picked up one or two things. Thank you all. God bless you. We're going off live now. See you in February. God bless you. I love you. Thank you. This has been brought to you by Mentorship HubNet and my team and everyone that was part of it. Thank you all, and thank you for staying tuned. We'll have more of these as the days goes by. God bless you. Bye.